Good afternoon and welcome to Wildwood Baseball Park and the 2022 AAA American Legion State Tournament. This afternoon's game features Sheboygan versus Marshfield. Sheboygan coached by Steve Goes, Marshfield coached by Josh Metz. To introduce the starting lineups, first for the visiting Sheboygan team. At shortstop, number 1, Alex Ames. Third base, number 14, Cooper Damrow. Catching, number 15, Ian Mary. At first base, number 10, Caleb Somm. Center fielder, number 7, Nick Herzog. At second base, number 16, Dane Nikolai. In left field, number 12, Ty Voigt. Designated hitter, number 17, Gage Hibbelenk. In right field, number 19, Tyler Shesso. And today's starting pitcher, number 33, Jake Norris. The starting lineup for Marshfield. Second baseman, number 2, Brock Bennington. Pitcher, number 44, Logan Homolko. In right field, number 25, Riley Bauman. In center field, number 10, Nick Urban. In left field, number 11, Ben Deach. First baseman, number 19, Karsten Jersley. Catcher, number 30, Cole Timler. At third base, number 1, Cale Weissenberger. And at shortstop, number 3, Bennett Lang.
Hello everybody, Jordan Lorenz, Mike Martin here for game 1 of 2. Yes, we're getting down to it, just 2 games today in state tournament action. Sheboygan and Marshfield, the loser goes home. Our 4 o'clock game is sponsored by Culver's, your local family favorite restaurant known for their local butter burgers, fresh frozen custard, and Wisconsin cheese curds. Meijer is a big sponsor throughout this state Legion tournament. From the biggest stadiums in the state to familiar fields down the street, Meijer's a proud sponsor of local sports teams across the Midwest. Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support your community, including local sports teams, museums, food pantries, and more. You support the biggest of big games to the littlest of the little and hundreds of local sports teams across Wisconsin. we'd like to give a thank you, as the American Legion is the largest wartime veteran service organization aimed at bringing patriotism across the U.S. through community service and devotion to mutual helpfulness. Their vision is veterans strengthening America, and one way they do that is through the sponsorship of youth baseball. Today, we thank our veterans for their service to the United States and the support of such events. Thanks to the American Legion. All right, that's all out of the way. Now it's time for action. Sheboygan Marshfield loser goes home. Winner punches their ticket to championship Saturday, but they're not guaranteed a spot in the regionals quite yet. It really all depends on Eau Claire and Manitowoc later on tonight. If Manitowoc loses, the winner of this game will be playing Eau Claire at noon, and then the winner of that game will play Manitowoc at 3 tomorrow. We've got our games at 4 and 7 here today. Let's get ready to go, and Marshfield is going to be throwing Logan Homolka, who pitched just a real little bit yesterday in that game. Homolka pitched 2 innings, 25 pitches, so he's sitting pretty on the pitch count. He's back to go, should be fresh and ready to go here in our game today. Sheboygan's lineup looks like the following. Alex Ames will be leading him off. Cooper Damrow batting second, and Ian Mary bats third. Caleb Salm fourth, Nick Herzog fifth, and Dane Nikolai sixth. And then Ty Voigt, Gage Hillblink, and Tyler Shesso make up the 7-8-9 for the Sheboygan order. Defensively for Marshfield, Cole Timler once again will be doing the catching. Over at first base is Carson Jersley. Brock Bennington is at second. Cale Weisenberger at third. Bennett Lang at short. In the outfield left to right is Ben Deesh, Nick Urban, and Riley Bauman. First pitch coming and swinging as Ames fouls it off.
Doesn't look like Homolka will be going the entire game today. Jordan, he pitched yesterday 2 innings in relief.
25 pitches yesterday for Homolka, as this one not able to get a grip on it as Homolka, and Ames gets this thing started with a single.
One change today in terms of these games played. We have 4 umpires. Dennis Senf is at home plate. Joe Balo over at first. Corey Scheffler at second, and Paul Grauman at third. The one thing that concerns me about that is the fact that these umpires rarely work in a 4-man crew. And you know, before they came in the ballpark, they were talking about their rotations and coverage. A little bit of a change for them. But you do get better coverage, obviously, with 4 rather than 3.
Could have used 4 at the play at third base yesterday in the Sheboygan-Manitowoc game.
Yeah, they got it right, though. That was the main thing.
The main
key. Talking to Bill before the game, apparently the third base umpire called it right, signaled it wrong. And that's where the confusion came in.
And it makes a lot of sense, because if the umpire's saying out, of course the Sheboygan kid's going to walk off into the dugout even though he signaled safe. As the count goes 1-2, Sheboygan loses to Manitowoc 5-1 yesterday. Manitowoc has punched their ticket to the regional in Midland, Michigan from August 3rd to the 7th. That is the Great Lakes Regional. The winner of that regional goes to South Carolina. Runner going to second. Fouled it off was Damrow.
Game time weather report, 77 degrees. Skies are mostly clear, and the wind is very calm.
There are 8 different regions, so once you get to that Great Lakes region, you got to win it to move on. It's not like this where 2 Wisconsin teams go as that hits them on a 1-2 count. Damrow goes to first as Ames moves over.
Homolka in his game yesterday pitched 2 really nice innings. Gave up no hits, no runs, no walks, and had a couple of strikeouts. In a bit of a jam right here, however. Ian Mary in the tournament. Jordan is 3 for 8 with 2 doubles and a triple, so all of his hits have been for extra bases.
Our only blowouts we've seen are Eau Claire's 14-3 and 15-9 wins, and that 15-9 game was far from a blowout, but it turned into one yesterday late. Otherwise, everything's been mostly close, and Marshfield just 2 days ago played a 9-inning game where they barely scraped by Genoa City 6-5. Homolka trying to get out of this situation. He's ahead 0-1 in the count. This one hit up, back towards center field. No one should be tagging, and the catch just barely made. And making a big old move from second to third, but holding up his Ames on the flyout to Nick Urban.
The number 5 has been important in Sheboygan's results in the tournament. On Tuesday, they beat Genoa City 5-2. Wednesday, they beat Eau Claire 5-4. And yesterday, they lost to Manitowoc 5-1.
Double play could get Marshfield out of it with no problem. Sheboygan going to try and avoid that. And it's in the hands of Caleb Salm. See if they can keep Ames in check at first. He's going over to third, sliding in, and he's safe. A double steal. How about it to move the runners over?
Very nice throwdown by Timler, too. Ames obviously had a great jump.
It was more of a delayed steal for Damrow as he waited until Ames was a bit over. And then he could trot his way into second base.
Every once in a while, you'll see the catcher throw down to second on a double steal, and the guy is lazy getting to second. He's going to be out.
Jammed him as that one goes foul. Count is 1-1.
Sam having a nice tournament, going 4 for 10.
Pitched yesterday, 89.
Yeah, we won't see him the rest of the way.
Oh, no. It's a 4-day rest. We only got tomorrow left. Left it down low. Tomorrow things could get interesting if Manitowoc and whoever wins this game end up playing 2 games, because then if you pitch 45, you can still pitch in that second game. You would then be allowed 60 pitches to reach the 105 mark. Left it just up. That's a hard pitch to lay off and makes the count 3-1.
First and third for Marshfield are up in front of the bags.
Hits this one up to the infield. Going to be a run for Sheboygan on the RBI groundout from Caleb Salm. 1-0 here in the top half of the first.
That was a productive double steal. It got Sheboygan a run.
It also moves Damrow over to third base. There you see him on your screen. Nick Herzog.
Oh, we're using 3, eh?
Of course.
Okay, good. It's cool. 3-camera setup.
The only problem is last night that Travis Coleman and Sheboygan play was just out of the vantage point, so we could have had a real close-up for everyone.
As I was thinking about that game last night, he was almost my player of the game.
Big swing and a miss. Evens it up at 1. Herzog with Cooper Damrow over at third base. Just a little check swing, might get through. F2 hops, and it is going to be called out. That'll end it on the delayed call, and it'll be 1-0. Sheboygan jumps out to an early lead as Marshfield gets ready to come to bat. Bottom half of the first inning coming up. Good time for us to go over the Marshfield lineup and their batting order, which is going to start once again with Brock Bennington. Bennington leading off, Logan Homolka second, and Riley Bauman batting third. That's your 1-2-3 due up in the bottom half. Nick Urban, Ben Deesh, and Carson Jersley make up the 4-5-6. And it's Cole Timler, Cale Weisenberger, and Bennett Lang rounding out the lineup for Marshfield. Doing the pitching for Sheboygan is going to be Jake Norris, making his first tournament appearance as Norris. Logan Homolka threw 17 pitches in the top half of the first. Defensively for Norris and his crew, it's going to be Ian Mary doing the catching. Caleb Salm over at first. Salm had the RBI ground out that scored Ames to make it a 1-0 game. Dane Nikolai over at second. Cooper Damrow at third, and Alex Ames rounds out the infield at short. And then Ty Voigt is in left, Nick Herzog in center, and Tyler Shesso in right, where he substituted to in last night's game.
Jake Norris is a Cedar Grove kid, plays high school baseball for the Rockets.
Home plate umpire says, all right, let's get this thing rolling. 1-0 as Marshfield's going to try and answer. Just one hit for Sheboygan in the top half of the first, but a big double steal ultimately allowed him to score a run.
Bennington is 3 for 9 in the tournament, and he does have a home run. Hit that in the first game.
Both teams sit at a 2-1 record as the first pitch comes from Morris, and it hit him. What a way to start.
Bennington hit that home run in the second game.
Homolka now pitcher to pitcher.
Perfect game is gone.
No.
No, not yours.
Bills. I think you said like Homolka O. Yeah. It's okay though. That's why we're here.
All you do is put the line down where that O was, make it an A. Easy fix.
Hey, it's hard to tell the difference between an O and an A if they don't really enunciate that line to make it an A.
You know, Bill, I'm very thankful that Jordan always writes the lineups for me, but I always go back over it and check and make sure.
Of course.
Who was that? Gilliland, that was the guy.
Yeah. I said it right, but I just had it written wrong. Big hearty swing on this one. And moving back towards it is Sheboygan, and there's going to be no play. I think just lost sight of it.
Ames right over it. Oh, too bad our camera doesn't catch it. Ames got right to the fence and couldn't pull up quick enough, flipped right over.
I was in good territory to make a catch, but no one was there to make the sprint. It's a 1-2 count. We'll get a new ball for Morris. This guy's asking for trouble parking back here.
Especially parking that way.
Yes.
He backed into the parking stall. Oh, that was
that's a perfect hit. And you know what happened is going over to cover second base was Alex Ames because Bennington was stealing, and Homolka luckily just poked it right through. Wow. Sheboygan started the game with two batters on. Just in opposite order. Ames singled and then Damrow was hit. For Marshfield, Bennington got hit, and now Homolka singles. You wonder what the pitching depth of some teams is at this point in the tournament. Yeah. We're really going to start to see it.
I got a correction to make. Our home plate umpire is not Dennis Semp. He was on the list to umpire today. The home plate umpire is Alex Bartman. We've seen Alex 3 of the 4 days, I believe it was.
The 0-1 pitch stays low.
Hope Dennis is okay. He's supposed to work today.
Bauman takes a crack at it, and down left field line it goes. And as long as the catch is made, no runners will be moving, and just barely able to make the catch over there was Ty Voigt.
That's a big out, Jordan, not just because it's the first out with runners on first and second, but Riley Braun was 5 for 11 in the tournament. He was, and with a couple of doubles. It's been a tough out.
It's basically a mirror image of what we had in the top of the first. Two guys get on via singles and hit by pitches, and then the three-batter flies out. It's been going the exact same way. Maybe Marshfield's got a double steal.
And you think Bauman was a dangerous hitter. Urban is 6 for 11.
It's quite the 3-4. Tough pitch to lay off of. 1-0.
Nick has 3 RBIs and 3 doubles. Hitting the ball hard.
Bendish on deck. He's looking to come up. See if Urban can get the party started. Big cut. Down the gap it goes. Gonna send the runner and now hold him up. Bases are loaded here for Bendish. There was no real stop sign over there at third base. He was pointing forward, and then he just trusted his runner, Brock Bennington, to look back and judge it for himself. Good decision not to send him, as Sheboygan is in a tough jam. The bases are loaded against him with just 1 out in the inning.
Deach is a dangerous hitter because he's 0 for 7 in the tournament. You know at some point he's going to break out.
He's due. First pitch comes to him, and it's in there for a strike. That 17-pitch first inning for Homolka is going to match up well here, as Jake Norris has thrown quite a few with only 1 out in the inning so far. This is his 5th batter faced. Pitches to him, jammed him up and in, and that is going to drop in the outfield. Throw is actually going to try and go to home, where he slides in safely just before a cannon out there by Nick Herzog, but it's not enough, as this game's tied at 1.
Herzog with a good throw home. If he gets it there a little sooner, we get a force out at home. And that was a hard hit to read as a base runner, whether it was going to drop or not. So, good piece of base running by Bennington.
You can't blame him at all for holding up as long as he did. There also was a close play that could have been made at second with Nick Urban, but he elected to throw home instead. Just a second shy. This one goes in the dirt, sending the runner from third base, and it scores a run. Sheboygan's 1-0 lead dwindles within seconds, as it's now 2-1 Marshfield.
Ian Mary, the Sheboygan catcher, giving it his best effort, but there just was nothing he can do. The pitch was terrible.
Gonna have a quick mound visit, talk things over as it is the bases loaded, just 1 out.
Our press box crew today is field announcer Bill Wagner, scoreboard and music Scott Witter, live stream I'm Mike Martin along with Jordan Lorenz doing the play-by-play, and the tech guru is CJ Skelton, and he's been already working hard this morning.
This morning?
Or this late afternoon. Thank you. So used to those 11
I know,
o'clock
11 a.m. games. Nice to sleep in a little, get some stuff done before coming to the ballpark.
No, I mentioned about getting out and enjoying the outside,
Yes,
kind of, but the
kind
yard
of.
work. Did you do yard work too this morning?
I did do some yard work. You got to get the stuff done the time you're home. We'll be right back here at noon tomorrow.
That's what Mom and Dad said too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Carson Jerschley takes strike 1. See if Jerschley can adjust after Morris gets calmed down a little bit. Maybe not too calm though, as he goes way in. The count is 2-1. Gonna just make sure some of the Marshfield kids are back in their own dugout. Oh, way in again. 3-1. A run walked in. There's a base empty.
Well, being an elimination game, it's all hands on deck for this one. You'd love to get Norris to go the distance, but
Got to do whatever you can, as now they thought about going home. They aren't going to be able to. Gets the out at first, but not before a run comes in. It's now 3-1 with 2 outs in the inning.
for Jersley, that's his 4th RBI of the tournament.
Deesh advances over to third base as well, so he's not too far away, and now we're going to have an official mound visit. Last one was just catcher and players coming in now. Sheboygan manager going to come out, have a discussion. Steve goes, Tyler Zietz, Cameron Meyer. That's the Sheboygan crew, Marshfield, Josh Metz, and Eli Drexler. Cole Timler due up next. This will be the 7th batter faced in the inning against Jake Norris.
Big inning for Marshfield. Nice comeback for them, being down 1-0 right away and being able to score 3 runs in the bottom half of the first.
Marshfield got blown out in their first game 14-3, but they didn't let it phase them. They've won a few close ones since. They led De Pere 5-0 yesterday before De Pere put up 4 runs, cut it within 1. Marshfield added 2 insurance, and that made a 7-4 win yesterday. Marshfield has scored 16 runs in their 3 games. Sheboygan has scored 11.
Nice crowd for this ball game. Of course, we should have a nice crowd. It's a Sheboygan game.
Count is 0-2. Left it down low. Not a bad pitch to throw there from Norris. Timler did not bite. Count goes to 1-2.
Did you go over the Marshfield scores for those
Yes,
3 games?
just did.
Then I won't repeat it.
Good idea. This one going to get through. Another run comes in, 4-1, as it is all going Marshfield's way here in the bottom half. Just good pieces of hitting, putting runners across as Deesh makes the run and Timler gets the RBI.
Third baseman number 1, Dale Weissenberger.
Weissenberger, the winner of our long name contest for the tournament.
Strike 1.
His last name requires 12 letters.
You don't think CJ wins the longest name?
Who do you think has the best name in the tournament?
Jordan.
No. Come
Who?
on. Players, got to be players. Scott, best name in the tournament. I don't think that team is in anymore, so that players. Yeah,
See?
no history. We're going this year, 2022. Best. He's the long name winner. But what player has the best name? Bill, you know. Nah, not Ethan Hoops. Strikeout.
Yes, rung
We'll
him
give
up.
the best name when we come back.
Rung him up looking as we head to the second. Marshfield 4-1 lead.
Our viewers weren't privy to the conversation we had during the break about the best name in the tournament. Once I mentioned it, Bill was wholeheartedly agreeing with me. Biagio Gargano. What are you doing up here?
Do we not have any sponsors for Saturday's games?
Oh, yeah, it was a Miesfeld's, that Miesfeld's page.
It's just Miesfeld's for tomorrow?
Uh,
Miesfeld's and Meyer
well,
tomorrow?
Meyer's all the time. Meyer Foods. Meyer Foods.
It does, actually. I'm getting there. Meyer Foods.
Dave Nikolai 0 for 7 with a
Dave.
couple of walks. Also has a save in the tournament.
Sheboygan Chevrolet was our sponsor yesterday. I believe it. Just barely fouled that one off as Dave Nikolai has a 1-2 count. It was a 24 first pitch inning for Jake Norris.
Nikolai picked up the save in that Eau Claire 5-4 win for Sheboygan.
Got to feel a lot more comfortable now. You give up a run in the top half of the first, but don't have to worry about it as you're up by 3 as this one bounces foul. We'll regroup, and it'll be a 1-2 count for Nikolai. Ty Voigt, Gage Hilbelink due up next in the inning. Hilbelink, the designated hitter in the 8-hole for Sheboygan. Big fastball, ticked it into the glove, and that is the first strikeout recorded by Homolka.
If I remember correctly in that game that he pitched yesterday, I believe it was, he showed a pretty good fastball, and of course he showed it right there.
I think what the most impressive part of yesterday was Ashton Portman almost going the whole game without striking anyone out. He didn't strike anyone out, actually. No strikeouts.
2 walks, no strikeouts, right.
Fills that off.
One of the things that helped Manitowoc in terms of his pitching is Sheboygan kept popping it up. They hit very few ground balls, and the ones they did hit, well, Coleman was right there to make the play, or Brock Peterson, the shortstop.
Manitowoc Eau Claire, our 7 o'clock game, should be a real good one as that gets in there to make it 0-2.
We talked about this yesterday. As you move through the tournament, you start to see not your number 1 or number 2 or number 3 pitchers, but as you move through, those hitters all remain the same. And Eau Claire was a good offensive unit coming in. We saw that in regional, and they're continuing it right here.
There's an Eau Claire fan walking up the steps, watching, maybe scouting a potential opponent for tomorrow if Eau Claire is able to beat Manitowoc.
Oh, Alex Bartman took one on the foot.
I don't think so.
It's nicer to be up here in the shade. Alex looks to be fine.
Safer up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ty Voigt. That also has nearly beat it out, but he does not, and a putout makes it 3 straight Sheboygan batters retired. No, make it 5 straight, pardon me.
Designated hitter, number 17, Gage Hibelink.
Hibelink or Hilbelink?
Hilbelink.
Good breaking pitch, just hit the outside corner.
Hilbelink.
All right.
Once we look at the spelling, there's no more guessing.
I know. Well, you guess on the pronunciation. Swing and a miss. 0-2. There's about 15 different ways you could pronounce Ben Deesh's name if we look at that spelling.
Right.
Jersley as well. Breaking pitch, just got a piece. And it, nearly bobbled it. And the throw just in time. Back-to-back Bennington to Jersley putouts as it's a 3-up, 3-down, top half of the second. Marshfield coming off a 4-run first inning. They're going to try and tack on a few more. It's their 9-1-2 batters, Bennett Lang, Brock Bennington, and Logan Homolka coming up to the plate. And 30 is the number for pitches for Homolka through 2 innings, so that's not bad at all, 15 an inning.
Lang has not been hitting much for Marshfield, but his fielding has been good. And as a shortstop, I guess that's pretty important to be a good fielder.
Oh, yeah. You don't see shortstops batting in the 9-hole a whole lot, though. You don't see shortstops in the 9-hole a whole lot.
Yeah. You don't see the DH in the 9th hole, but boy, we've seen that a lot this year, haven't we?
It's become a common theme. I expect it to be in the 7, 8, 9. First pitch, ball. Second pitch, strike.
You wouldn't see that Brent Witter kid hitting in the 9th spot. We're just talking about the shortstop hitting in the 9th spot. Were you on the frying crew today? All right. Watch out for the meat. You might get sick.
Way down in there, thankfully for Sheboygan. No one was on base.
Norris doesn't look very comfortable out there.
This is our first time seeing his name all tournament.
Yes, yep, good point.
No hitting, no fielding. It's now a full count here to Bennett Lang.
In the best case scenario, it'd be for Sheboygan, that is. It'd be nice to see Norris be able to pitch the entire game and win it, and then move on with your the next guy in line.
Walked him. Lead off batter on once again for Marshfield.
And the 9th hitter, too.
Bennington got hit on the very first pitch of the game. See if he can produce a quality AB and move Lang over.
For Lang, that was his 3rd walk of the tournament.
I think he clearly went. Yes, indeed, it is the call. Bartland nearly knocked off his mask. That's how adamant he was to go down to first base.
That would have been embarrassing, huh?
That would have been funny. Big swing and a miss. Falling behind 0-2 is Bennington. Take a look at Lang here on first base now. I've been watching him the first 2 pitches. Don't expect him to run on 0-2, but he's getting a decent lead. Moves back a little bit as Norris looks him down. Swing and a miss. After a big-time walk, he strikes out Bennington on 3 pitches. Norris.
Second strikeout for Norris.
The fans were confused for a minute, and then when you said Homolka, they clapped and they were all happy. Out into right, and that's caught.
Chesaw had visions of throwing the guy out at first, but the runner Lang didn't get off far enough.
Didn't you lose your perfect game on Homolka the first time too? Is that when the guy corrected you? Is that him? Okay, we're 0 for 2 with Homolka so far. 1 for 3. Oh, okay. Percentage is going up like crazy. You're at 50%. Not bad. Okay, thank you. Yes. 2-0 is the count as Norris is trying to make it a much faster second inning through 24 pitches in the first. It's Riley Bauman who flew out over to left in his first at bat.
Be a nice comeback inning for Jake if he were able to hold Marshfield scoreless in this inning.
Oh boy. Losing it behind the plate was Ian Mary, but no movement from Bennett Lang.
That's a bit of a helpless feeling.
It's a scary one for a catcher. Probably never happened to CJ,
We didn't even mention the Marshfield trivia coming up in the 4th inning.
The Miesfeld's trivia. .30. Had a green light. He was swinging.
We can only play 3 more games, Jordan. That's the last. That's all the questions I have left.
That's all the questions?
Yeah.
So what if we go to a second game tomorrow?
If we go to a second game tomorrow, we'll have to figure something out. I've got something in mind. It wouldn't be a trivia question.
Oh. We're going to taste test some Miesfeld's meats? Is that what we're going to do in the Miesfeld's 4th inning?
Only if Brent fries them.
What was a 3-0 count is now full. Bennett Lang will have a running start as Norris steals to Bauman. And he missed out.
Our first championship game tomorrow starts at 12 o'clock. If there would be a second game, that's scheduled to start at 3.
We're guaranteed a game 15 at 3 o'clock if Manitowoc loses tonight to Eau Claire. We will have a clear indication of tomorrow's field after our 7 o'clock game tonight. First pitch swinging for Nick Urban, who popped it way up. 4 different Sheboygan players there, but making the catch at third base was Cooper Damrow to end 2 innings of play. Marshfield 4, Sheboygan 1. Into our third inning of play here in a 7-inning contest. Sheboygan trails 3-1, and the pitch count for Jake Norris is now at 41 through 2 innings. So Homolka has an 11-pitch advantage on him after our first 2 innings of play, and it's going to be 9-1-2, similar to how it was for Marshfield in the bottom half of the second. Here we are in the top half of the third with Shesso, Ames, and Damrow all due up. First pitch, strike, delayed call, looked a bit high.
So far in the in today's broadcast, we talked about best name, longest name. I got another one for us we can chew on.
Not worst name.
No. We don't go negative. Although I guess this is kind of negative, what we're going to talk about in just a second.
Beautiful.
Most
breaking
pitches
pitch.
in an inning. I know we talked about a little bit before we came on the air.
That's an award.
Hayden Hillenbrand had 58 pitches in the 6th inning yesterday in the Middleton Eau Claire game. He wins that award.
Middleton led 9-8 going into that inning before giving up 7 runs. Eau Claire had another 17-hit game. Manitowoc going to try and shut that down tonight.
Hayden, a good player for Middleton, was their shortstop.
Popped it way up, and that's going to be out of play. Whether you believe it or not, Sheboygan is the only team to keep Eau Claire who scored under 10 runs. Eau Claire put up 14 against Marshfield. This Marshfield team, Sheboygan made Eau Claire put up only 4 runs when Sheboygan beat them, and then Eau Claire puts up 15 yesterday.
We talked about, I think we had them at 43 hits, and they held them to 9 in that particular game.
Shesso got froze on that pitch, and throwing over to Timler was first, or throwing over to first was Timler before the umpire even said strike 3. That's how sure he was of the call.
Ames with his single in the 1st inning. He is 3 for 10 in the tournament.
Also a very, very bold decision to steal third, which we've seen backfire a time or two. Genoa City still wondering what could have been against this Marshfield team when they were tied up at 5 before Marshfield ultimately put it away.
We saw a play yesterday where a hitter leaned into a pitch and got hit, and Alex Bauman, our home plate umpire today, who was the home plate umpire that particular game yesterday, called him right back.
Off the glove, see if he can get there in time. Bare hands to throw to first, and not in time. One tremendous effort by Brock Bennington to go down and grab it with the bare hand, but Ames goes 2 for 2 now to start.
A tough break for Marshfield when Homolka tipped the ball, but you know that's your reaction. The ball's hit towards you, you're going to go after it.
It's more of just an instincts take over.
Exactly. That's right. Ames had the kind of lead that would tell me he's looking at stealing a base.
See what he does. We'll keep it on our wide shot. First pitch coming. Not running. Has a big lead, though. This throw gets under the first baseman, rounding out to third, and then holding up as Jersley can't get the control of it, and it's now runners on first and second once again.
A seeing eye single for Damrow.
Sheboygan left Damrow stranded on third back in that first inning.
Ian's got the kind of power he could tie this ball game up with one swing of the bat. He's got 3 extra base hits in the tournament.
0 for 1. Coming in right now as that one gets through. Risky throw down to third. No, he's going to hold up, not throw it. Advancing as Ames. He has got some speed.
What do you guys got? Pass ball? Wild pitch. Pass ball.
Wild pitch it is. I got a stolen base. Field goal. Yes. 2 balls, no strikes. That was a ruthless fastball that came in.
It's too bad Damrow couldn't have advanced on that pass ball too. Double play now and still in order for Marshfield.
Two balls, one strike now. Caleb Solm had the RBI for Sheboygan. He is potentially going to be up next in the inning.
Was a good break for the Marshfield team. And Homolka making sure he doesn't steal second. Like we've seen all tournament, Steve Goes for Sheboygan likes to play aggressively.
Gonna have to, down 3. This could be that double play ball. Steps on second himself and got him over to first base. Bennett Lang with a big time double play. Huge round of applause down below us as Marshfield keeps it 4-1. We're 3 outs away from our Miesfeld's trivia inning, and it's going to be Ben Deesh, Carson Jersley, and Cole Timler up to bat for Marshfield. Huge double play by Bennett Lang ended it in the top half of the third. Just totally swung the momentum around that Sheboygan was beginning to gather.
That shows that double play and keeping Damrow on at first base illustrates my point a couple of games ago about the importance of not giving up a base. You know, they kept him at first. They didn't give up the base going to second. They got him a double play. Good play by Marshfield.
It's the 42nd pitch thrown by Norris. Homolka has 44 through 3 innings of work. Golfs this one up into left field, and going to make the catch actually is the center fielder for Sheboygan, Nick Herzog.
First baseman number 19,
Jersley, one of 2 players with an RBI groundout in the game. Three-run lead right now as he fouls that off his own leg. Gonna walk it off real quick. I'm told that never feels good.
No, definitely. We have a tournament leader coming up next. I'll talk about Cole Timler when he gets to bat. He's leading the tournament. Well, hit your head.
That was my first time dropping the scorebook all tournament.
Yeah, you don't have too much counter space, do you?
Mm-mm. Over here it's all cords. Over here it's the computer. No balls, 2 strikes. Norris got him swinging, just goes foul, barely. Cole Timler on deck. We're waiting to hear his big accomplishments.
Don't let me forget.
Be
We
pretty
had
sad.
that happen.
It'd be pretty sad, but you never know.
Almost. You caught me. You helped me out.
Twice with trivia, actually.
Yes, twice for trivia. Early in the tournament, though, we were just getting used to the routine.
Breaking pitch, fouls it off. Is our trivia in the top or bottom half today?
Miesfeld will be in the top of the 4th.
Top half. 1 question.
Only one. Bill, you should get these right. Don't tell the crew.
That's a lot of pressure.
We talked. I pulled a Jordan.
Oh, boy. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Down the third base line, took a nice high hop, should make it an easy throw, and indeed it was. 5-3 put out as Damrow goes over to Salm.
Catcher number 30, Cole Timler.
Coming into the game, Cole was 1 for 7. He got a base hit his first time in an RBI, so he's 2 for 8 in the tournament.
There's the base hit. Thought it was going to be an out, and that would have prevented us from hearing what the big thing was.
Well, he leads the tournament in sacrifice flies. He's got 3 of them, so he had 3 RBIs from those, and in his first inning, RBI gives him 4 for the tournament.
For a 7-hitter to get all those.
Yeah, 3 for 9
sacrifices.
now with his 2 for 2, 3 sacrifice flies. So, and he's been a good catcher, rock behind home plate with a good throwing arm.
He's going to second. The throw way out towards center field. He is going to hold up, though. Good job coming in is Herzog.
I know it was a really bad throw by Ian Mary, but that base was going to be stolen. He got that stolen base off the pitcher. He got a great jump.
Got a great jump, and it's kind of a slower move as well for Jake Norris, which allows to work from the stretch. These batters, or these base runners, I should say, can read him a little more. It's that high leg kick, takes a little more time. Bouncing ball, is he going to be able to beat this out for an infield single? He does not. Out is the call, and through 3 innings, Marshfield leads by 3, 4-1. after Ian Mary unfortunately bounced himself into a double play in the top half of the third. It's up to Caleb Salm, Nick Herzog, and Dane Nikolai here in the fourth.
I talked when he came to bat, Bennett Lang not having a very good tournament hitting. He's only 1 for 10, but his defense has been very good, and he showed it in the top of the third, turning that double play to end Sheboygan threat. Good play by Bennett.
Fastball right down the middle and caught. Basically lined it out towards center field there to Nick Urban. Thought it had a chance of dropping, but too much air on it. Trivia time before it gets too late. Miesfeld's Quality Meats, Premier Meat Counter, award-winning brats, fresh smoked meats, and more.
Our trivia question is, who has won the most Wisconsin state tournament games in Legion baseball? Who has won the most Wisconsin State Legion tournament games? Guys, we're looking for a city. Eau Claire? That's a later question.
Just the most games.
That comes tomorrow, CJ. No. Yeah, no. It's just games. Just games today.
CJ, say this one. Yep.
Jordan over giving answers again. Mike Casper, no. Bill already knows, so Scott, it's up to you. And Brent, you had Eau Claire. Brent has just joined the press box crew. All right, Madison. Jordan, your vote doesn't count. CJ's doesn't count. And Bill already knows. The answer to the question is, who has won the most Wisconsin State Legion tournament games? La Crosse with 90. Glenn Beulah?
Rung him up. Herzog goes down looking.
Now, we got to go back to a couple games ago because we talked about Eau Claire was second with 87.
They're at 89 right now.
And they're at 89, so they could tie it with a win today.
They could actually.
And take the lead.
I was going to say they could leapfrog. So it's a whole lot more competitive now.
Yeah, big game for Eau Claire.
Hit this one out into just going to drop under the glove. It goes. That's danger zone as moving towards second and going to hold up. Just misread it. It was the Marshfield center fielder, Nick Urban, who had a great grab to start the inning. Sheboygan has 13 wins, and Marshfield has 12 coming into this game.
Oh. In history of tournament play?
Yes.
Oh, I thought Marshfield would have more.
No, Marshfield is 10-17. They haven't appeared in it since 2016.
Okay.
Strike one here to Ty Voigt, who grounded out.
Ty looking to put Sheboygan on the board again. Grounded to second his first time up.
Sheboygan made this tournament 4 years ago. Ooh, real close. Evens it up at 1-1. Good pitch to hit, and that should end the inning, and it does. Top of the fourth concludes. 4 batters faced. Got 3 of them to get out. A double to Nikolai. He's stranded at second, and it's a 3-1 game as we head to the bottom half. 55 is the updated pitch count for Homolka. And it's going to be Bennett Lang once again starting an inning. He walked when he began the bottom half of the second. That is the 53rd pitch from Norris, and it misses for ball one. Just got a piece of that to foul it off. It'll be the top of Marshfield's lineup coming up. Time starting to run out for Sheboygan. Only a few innings left to go. They trail by 3. Marshfield hasn't done anything since that 4-run first inning. As that shortstop's all the way. His throw over to first. Got him. Almost a little bit of a miscommunication as Cooper Damrow came over, but Alex Ames makes the out.
I thought once the ball got past Cooper Damrow, I didn't think Ames would be able to throw him out, but Alex made a very fine play.
Bennington 0 for 1 and got hit. The very first pitch of the game. Struck out in his last appearance, and for the second time today, Bennington gets hit on the first pitch he sees.
That one sounded like it would have hurt.
He didn't lean into that one. That one leaned into him.
No kidding. I think he's a tournament leader. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hit by pitches in the tournament.
He's been hit 6 times?
6 times. Unofficially, I'm going to say he's the tournament leader.
Must be something about how close he stands to the plate or his stance or something.
Well, it didn't matter on that pitch. Plunked him right in the back. But that is amazing, isn't it?
It isn't, I guess, if you're Brock Bennington. Getting on base. We'll have a bruise or two. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, going to throw it on to first. Watch out for a balk. Those have become an uncommon occurrence. Norris really shortened up his leg kick there. Sometimes he delays it a little long. This time he didn't.
Mary trying to take that outside pitch and drag it into the strike zone, but umpire Bartman wasn't having any of it.
3-1 now the count. Not sure if there was a discussion in between innings when Timler stole second base, but Norris is definitely quickening things up working from the stretch. Just got the outside to put the count at 3-2.
Norris has stayed outside against Homolka. See what he does with this pitch if he continues that trend.
Full count pitch, runner going, and left it out for ball 4. Doesn't matter. Our 4 o'clock game here is sponsored by Culver's, your local family favorite restaurant known for their local Butterburgers, fresh frozen custard, and Wisconsin cheese curds. Some of the best cheese curds you'll find at Culver's.
Tyler Zietz coming out to talk to his pitcher, Jake Norris. He gave up, Norris did, gave up 4 runs in the first, and he was able to shut him down in the second and the third. He's got a pretty tall task coming up here with Riley Bauman and Nick Urban, the 3 and 4 hitters up.
Umpire gonna. Thought he was gonna break it up, but not quite yet. Oh, he's just taking the long way.
Coming in from the side.
Yeah.
We had an idea the other day when there was that play that was yesterday, but I think it happened. There were other plays throughout the course of the tournament where we were wondering exactly what the discussion was, and we thought about giving the umpire a walkie-talkie where they could relay after the fact, what exactly went on. They do it in Major League Baseball, right? Tell the fans, sort of.
Yes.
I didn't hear you. Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. Mic them up. That would be the MIC mic, not the MIKE.
Not the MIKE. Mike wants to mic them up. First pitch coming, and it's a strike one to Riley Bauman.
What I've noticed, Jordan, is whatever side the batter is on, Norris is working the outside part of the plate. He's not coming in with many of his pitches. Inside, I should say.
I was going to say, unless it's to Brock Bennington. Out into left field. Might have misjudged it at first. Has to come way up and get it. Is Ty Voigt.
Ty Voigt taking the circuitous route to the ball. Kind of like what we saw Alex Bartman do going to the mound.
Yes, they're basically same thing. Would we have to have the umpire sign a waiver to let them know they're being mic'd up? How would that process work? We could. Speaking of sneaking, going to third base and stealing third with a lefty at bat.
Another great jump. Made it very tough for Ian Mary to try and throw out the stealer.
Balk.
There's a balk. Could see that.
Yikes. I've seen more balks this tournament than I've seen in the past 10 years.
He was looking, this is how I saw it, Jordan. Norris was looking in for the sign, and then he made a very slight move like he was going to come set, and he stopped again, and he looked in again, and at that point, that's a balk. Good call.
That sends Logan Homolka to second. Here to Nick Urban, 2 outs in the inning. Marshfield now up 5-1. Second hit batter of the inning.
Maybe that's why he's been trying to throw strikes on the outside part of the plate. Inside part hasn't been very friendly for him.
This is going to be it. Second mound visit of the inning. Jake Norris is out. We'll get a final pitch count as he goes just 3 2/3. Thank you. 67 is the final number on Norris. We'll see who the new pitcher is. '67 qualifies him for 3 days of rest. That's done for the rest of the tournament. Number 3. Number 3 into pitch now for Sheboygan.
Witter's had a nice tournament so far. 2 hits and 3 at bats. First trip to the mound in the tournament play.
Never heard of that last name.
Any relation, Scott?
Frustrated walking off was Jake Norris. He goes 3 2/3. He's responsible for both runners on in his 67 pitches.
We
Our
don't have the
final line.
complete line for Jake, but he did go 3 2/3, like Jordan said. Gave up 5 hits, had 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. So far, he's allowed 5 runs, and all 5 are earned.
There was a little bit of discussion in yesterday's game. Even though Sheboygan had 4 errors, 4 of those 5 ones were earned as well, correct, in yesterday's game?
They gave up 5 runs. 4 of the 5 were earned,
Okay.
so the errors didn't play much of a part, other than piling up the pitch count for the Sheboygan starter.
Someone will be winning $130 on the 50-50 raffle.
Oh, thanks for that. Write that down on my sheet.
Drew Witter to Ben Deesh here to start our bottom half of the 4th. Not to start, I should say, to continue our bottom half of the 4th.
Ben broke through with his first hit back in the first inning of the tournament.
Big time spot for Witter to be in, try and keep it intact. 5-1, and first pitch just missed. Witter trying to figure out where that pitch missed, and home plate umpires looking elsewhere.
They're asking in the dugout where it was, too. That's why Bartman was looking over to Sheboygan's dugout.
Pitch close to the same spot, gets the call, better location.
Drew is going to be entering his senior year at North High in the fall.
Strike 2. Count goes to 1-2. One more strike away from getting out of a quick and efficient inning. Left it way up there, down to third base it goes. Can tag the bag a little nonchalantly, but did it nonetheless, as the score is now 5-1 after a run comes in here in the bottom half of the 4th. Entering our final 3 innings of plays, it's 5-1. Marshfield leads Sheboygan. Homolka with 55 pitches through those 4 innings. That's good stuff.
Leading off for Sheboygan, designated hitter number 17, Timler.
Drew Witter threw just 4 pitches in the bottom half of the 4th to get that final out. And it's going to be Hillblank leading off for Sheboygan.
Gage has drifted between outfield and DH. Today he's a DH. He's 0 for 1.
Swing and a miss. Falls behind 0-2. That'll help the pitch count. Some Manitowoc fans begin to gather in. They're a little early for the 7 o'clock game.
Those 2 fans that came in had the white jersey like said ships on the front.
Now they're leaving.
Is that that's not really Legion apparel then, right? I mean,
No,
it's not,
no, that's just Lincoln High.
But that would be a clue there from Manitowoc.
Yes, it would be. Dead giveaway. I don't know of any other ships anywhere. Check swing, did he go? Ooh, Marshfield
by
certainly
Gage.
thought he did. Timler was getting ready to throw down to first, but Hillblank now evened up at 2-2. Swing and a miss, goes down on strikes to bring up Tyler Shesso.
4th strikeout for Homolka.
Right fielder number 19, Tyler Shesso.
One of the keys to Logan's pitching performance so far is he has not walked anyone.
One 0 pitch from Homolka. Got it in there. Good strike to even it up at 1-1. Able to hang on. Marshfield, if you remember, they lost 19-0 to the losers bracket side of things and then ended up winning 12-2 in the very next game to punch their ticket here to the tournament. Delayed strike call evens it up at 2-2. To strike out back to back. Breaking pitch, rung him up looking. 5th strikeout of the game for Homolka.
That was a beautiful pitch. Certainly had Tyler Shesso fooled.
Struck out 3 of the last 5 batters he's faced. That'll bring up the top of the lineup with Ames, who's 2 for 2 with the pair of singles.
Alex attends Howards Grove High School.
Bouncing ball over to short. And it'll be a 1-2-3 inning once again. Back to back for Homolka as we head to the bottom half. 5-1 Marshfield. All set for the bottom half here. It's going to be Deesh, Jersley, and Timler due up for the Marshfield side of things. 67 pitches for Homolka after a 12-pitch inning. He had an 11-pitch inning, the last one, so he's very, very consistent. Are you reading my scroll? I see. Just don't hit the big red button. First pitch from Witter. Good one for strike one to Deesh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? Sheboygan has 1, 2, 3, 4.
3 of them right at the top.
We're on the same page. Two and one. Is that how you teach Hudson how to count baseball? Balls and strikes? Basketball, 2-pointers, 3-pointers, free throws? That's how my kids are going to learn. There's a base hit to start the inning. Deesh with his second single. Same thing.
Timler was
or
1
math?
for 7 coming into today's game. He's 2 for 2, makes him 3 for 9 in the tournament, and he has 4 RBIs.
First pitch strike, Witter attacking the zone. Quick check down to first. Not often does it actually work. They just like to keep the runner in check. This one gonna get through the infield, back-to-back singles to start the inning. First it was Jersley, now it's Timler.
Marshfield finding the holes again. They did that in the first inning when they collected 4 base hits, and Jersley didn't have to find a hole. That was a hard hit, line drive base hit, but Timler's was hitting a good spot.
Weisenberger 0 for 2. Gonna try and turn that around and continue. Going bunt, down the third base line it goes. Witter will barehanded his throw over to first. Did he get the foot down in time? Yes, he did, but a perfect sacrifice bunt advances the runners.
Good quickness shown by Drew there, and I like the idea of picking it up with the bare hand and making the throw. That way you don't have to transfer it from your glove. You know, if you had done it that way, that runner probably would have been safe.
Infield playing shallow. Runners on second and third. Missed way out. That's going to get past, but holding up at third was Jersley. Sheboygan got away with one there.
They certainly did. I think probably a good smart move by Jersley with only 1 out to stay put. CJ right behind us saying it's a good thing it bounced off to the side, a little easier to track down than when it's behind you.
Brock Bennington, he'll be up next. That one also drops. Was a pretty good pitch. Doesn't help Witter's case that it wasn't caught. 2 balls, no strikes. First base is empty.
Damrow even with the bag at third. Sam is on the grass at first.
Number 3, the pitcher. Number 3, the batter. 2 balls, no strikes. Witter deals breaking pitch, a good one. Laying off on 2-0 yet is Bennett Lang. He did walk back in the second inning. This one, they got to throw home if they want it. They do throw home, and the tag on the money. Got him out. Keeping it intact, 5-1. What a heads-up play by Alex Ames to be able to go home.
Second baseman number 2, Brock Bennington.
Yeah.
That was a nice bouncing ball, bounced up right up to the glove. Then it's just a matter of making a nice throw.
Just a little shaken up. Hopefully he's all right after the tag. Bang, bang play at home. Runners now on the corners with 2 outs as Witter tries to escape and not give up any runs.
Infield moves back now with 2 outs.
Strike 1 comes in. See if Bennett Lang decides to be in motion at all at first base, getting a decent lead.
Whoa.
Oh, behind him, but making the last second grab was Ian Mary. That would have been the 3rd time Bennington got hit today. Bennington got hit by a pitch back in the 1st and 4th. Hits this one out towards center. It's got some height to it, and that thing's carrying back. That's going to drop out in center field. 1 run scores, the second being waved around third, and going towards third is Bennington. The throw, safe at third base. A 2 RBI triple makes it 7-1 Marshfield.
That ball was scalded. We know Herzog's got good speed in center field, and there was no way he was going to catch up to that one.
Brock has been waiting to hit the ball today.
That was a backbreaker.
Seven 1 now here in the bottom half of the 5th. Real close play at third. Bennington called safe, and the inning continues. Ball 1 outside.
Bennington in the tournament with a home run, a double, and now this triple. I'm not seeing a single. Oh, yeah, he does have a single, so he's hit for the cycle in the tournament.
One other player did that too. We talked about yesterday.
I thought that was a team hit for the cycle, Eau Claire. I don't know if it was a player.
Okay, that missed. Big swing there as it's now 2 balls and a strike. 3-1.
That's pretty good production from a kid who's played, I'm talking about Brock Bennington, who's played mostly second base.
Breaking pitch. Up and over Witter it goes. Good play. Loses his footing. Makes an off-balance throw. And safe is the call as Bennington comes in to score. That'll make it 8-1. It's probably an error. Yeah.
E4.
Bauman 0 for 2 with a walk. As the bottom of the 5th continues here for Sheboygan. 3rd run comes across. Down the 3rd baseline, smoked it foul. Marshfield trying to punch their ticket to tomorrow, where they'll play either Eau Claire or Manitowoc, or potentially both of them. Breaking pitch down, holding up at first base is Homolka.
Josh Metz, the Marshfield coach, has to be pretty happy with his team's performance today. Nice bounce back for them after losing their first game to Eau Claire to win 3 in a row now. Well, of course, the game's not over, but looking at 3 in a row.
Strike on the outside. 1-2. See if Witter can pound the zone and get Sheboygan out.
Sheboygan with 2 innings left to try and make up the deficit.
Smoked to second, or short I should say, and the throw over to second will get it. Marshfield 8, Sheboygan 1. 6th inning coming up.
Take the link and put it into his text message.
Cooper
My wife
Damrow
did,
coming up
we,
here.
we got it figured out.
No balls, no strikes first pitch of the inning. Swing and a miss. That was a 23-pitch inning for Drew Witter. And Homolka comes into the 6th with 67 thrown. Real good shape to go the complete game as that one's cracked back foul. 8-1 our score. Sheboygan down to their final 6 outs, and they need to get 7 runs at least. This one going to, what a play over at first base. Doesn't get through the infield, and Damrow goes down. Makes it the 5th straight retired.
Jersley's been a kid who's moved around the infield a little bit. 2 games of the tournament he was at third. Now he's got 2 games over at first, so looks to me like he's a corner infielder.
Strike one comes in here to Ian Mary, who is having a rough 0 for 2 day at the plate. Only 4 hits for Sheboygan in the first 5 innings. This one hit way up and moving back and making the catch. Marshfield shortstop.
That's 6 in a row Homolka's got. He allowed a double to Nikolai in the 4th with 2 outs, and now he's retired the next, like I said, 6 hitters.
Bennett Lang's catch will bring up Caleb Salm, who flew out towards center. That started things back in the 4th inning. Homolka, big swing and a miss. A quick and efficient inning so far.
Yeah, Salm behind that fastball.
Inside, jammed him up towards center again, and that is back-to-back F8s for Caleb Salm and Nick. My goodness, what an inning from Logan Homolka. 3 up, 3 down for the 2nd straight.
Dane Nikolai now in to pitch for Sheboygan. Drew Witter's line for Sheboygan. He pitched an inning, a third, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. Only 2 of those were earned. No walks or strikeouts. Nikolai Jordan pitched in Sheboygan's win. He actually picked up a save against Eau Claire, going an inning and 2/3.
Threw 24 pitches in that one, did Nikolai. He's going to try and work this 6th inning. Likely won't see a bottom half of the 7th unless Sheboygan can work some magic in the top half. Would require a lot, but this game not over just yet. First pitch from Nikolai Bunting down the third base line. Didn't expect that. Nikolai bare hands at the throw way over the mark. Gonna send over to second base. Going in there safely. Yeah, hitting an error. Nick Urban.
Urban was 6 for 11 coming in. He's 2 for 3 today. 8 for 14. And he's played a fine center field.
First pitch strike.
Marshfield looking to put the coup de grace on the Sheboygan team.
If they score 3, they'll win it here. It'd be our first run rule of the tournament. Already with an RBI on the day is Ben Deach. Pokes this one out towards right field. Going to carry foul. There's the Manitowoc team on the first base side. Eau Claire on the third base side here. It's our 7 o'clock game coming up. Definitely should start on time, but you never know. Left down in the dirt to make the count 2-2.
Bill's not happy down there.
He didn't even hear what CJ said.
Bill doesn't like it when we talk about game time unless the game's over.
Well, so now Sheboygan's going to score 7 runs and extend the game?
We're in the
That's what's going to happen?
4th day of this tournament, and the press box crew is still talking to each other on a friendly basis.
Over to third base. That'll be the first out of the inning. Runner stays put at second.
I would say of the press box crew, the only guy we've really gotten a little bit upset with is Jordan, because of mentioning how good these games are rolling along.
That's not my fault.
I never get upset with you, Jordan. I mean, we're partners. We stick together.
We have to. Eight-1 ball game. First out recorded of the inning. Has just got a piece of that one and fouls it off. I would just say Marshfield, if they win, they advance to championship Saturday. Yeah, because we don't know for sure if they're in the championship or not until our next game. That pitch got some oohs and ahs. One ball, one strike. Up towards center field. And coming in to make the catch. Thought about tagging, but going to get back. That throw to second was actually really, really close to getting Urban. I didn't think it was going to be competitive.
Herzog has a good arm out there, and he's a fast runner. We talked earlier in the tournament about his fine play as a shortstop for Sheboygan North.
Nearly hit Cole Timler inside. Timler has reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances. 3 for 3, all singles. No, this is not the guy. We're close to him, though.
Well,
Just
even
as
the
you say
fans
it,
are
CJ,
getting
he
a
gets
little
hit.
upset that so many of their batters are being hit by pitch. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Fourth batter in the ball game that's been hit by a pitch in the game.
Bennington takes 2 of those.
I was going to say, we talked about throughout the tournament a lot of hit by pitches, but they never seem to hurt. The ones today are stinging.
We can hear them, so that's how we know.
Yes.
They're not glancing blows off the jersey.
Exactly.
We didn't have this problem when CJ was gone yesterday.
Ooh. He still hasn't turned in your.
Oh, you didn't hit submit yet?
You better be careful, Jordan.
Bouncing ball down third baseline goes foul. Would have been a real tough throw. If I fail my internship, it's CJ's fault.
Taking care of everything on my sheet here that should have been mentioned.
We can mention Culver's one more time. They sponsored this
Definitely.
game.
Can I do that?
Sure.
I like Culver's.
I do too.
I'll do it after this pitch.
Strike 2.
Culver's, your local family favorite restaurant known for their local Butterburgers, fresh frozen custard, and Wisconsin cheese curds. I don't think you can get cheese curds in Arizona. I mean, you
No.
might be able to somewhere. There is a bar that is like a Wisconsin bar, has a lot of Packer memorabilia.
Run 'em up.
Anyway, Culver's. Was that a called strike 3?
It was a called strike 3 to end the bottom half of the 6th. Sheboygan needs a rally as we head to their final 3 outs.
I've seen him walking down.
7
on the concourse.
straight
He is a
retired
big
for
dude.
Homolka as Sheboygan
thought
looks for their
Harry,
first
is that
hit
Harry?
of the
He's not
game
with Harry.
since the 4th inning, which was a
Okay.
Dane Nikolai double. Comes down to this. Sheboygan's life on the line as the host team in the tournament. First pitch swinging, and this is going to drop just about a foot foul.
Good umpire coverage on that play. You can see Alex Spartman, the home place umpire, following the runner down to first as the first base umpire goes out to make the call on the catch or the drop. One of my last games umpiring was a tournament game at Germantown, and Tom Retzak was on the bases. I was behind the plate. He ran out on a ball to right. It ended up being fair. The runner goes for a double. I'm the home plate umpire at second base making the safe call.
Did you want a pat on the back?
I do. I mean, 35
CJ?
years of umpiring, I think I've had that happen once. And I said something to the kid. I said, how many times do you see the home plate umpire making a
follow
call
you
at second
around.
base? You know what he said? You're getting paid.
He didn't care.
He didn't care.
So did you go around? Did you go to first and
No,
then
no.
second? You just went straight?
I went pretty much on a 45 out towards the
Yeah.
second baseman where he is now, and then
So the shorter path.
yes,
The smarter path.
yes.
Swing and a miss. Another goes down. Herzog strikes out in back-to-back ABs. Nikolai, the last player for Sheboygan to record a hit. He would love to start a late rally. Swing and a miss. First pitch. Fouls it off, falls behind 0-2. Homolka with 75 pitches coming into the inning. Means he had 30 to work with. He is looking for a quick 2 outs. Homolka deals 0-2. Just missed. Good spot. Logan has looked real good for pitching 25 yesterday. He's in the zone late in the game, looking to get another out, and stayed out.
Would it be jinxing him if I said he doesn't have a walk in the ball game?
It's a 2-2 count. It's close. Now you might have done it. Full count. One out already in the inning, full count. And the pitch, swing, hacked it over to short, and that'll be another put out. Ooh, that throw nearly dropped right before the bag. It all comes down to Ty Voigt.
Another nice play by Bennett Lang. He's been very solid at the shortstop for this Marshfield Ball Club.
Give Jersley credit for going up to get that ball as well, because it was kind of lobbed in and it was a little short. Ty Voigt 0 for 2. Sheboygan down to their final out in the tournament. First pitch swinging, up it goes, and moving back towards it, coming up the right fielder, a collision between the two. A catch made nonetheless, and that will send Marshfield to championship Saturday. We do not know just yet who they will be playing. It all depends on the Eau Claire and Manitowoc game. If Eau Claire defeats Manitowoc, we will see Eau Claire and Marshfield play at noon. If Manitowoc beats Eau Claire, Marshfield and Manitowoc play at noon. If Marshfield beats Manitowoc tomorrow, those two teams would play again at 3 o'clock to decide the champion.
Sheboygan had 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors. Marshfield, 8 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Winning pitcher was Logan Homolka. Went 7 innings with giving up 4 hits, 1 run, no walks. No walks, key. 6 strikeouts. The loser is Sheboygan starter Jake Norris.
Hour 53 was our time of game as Marshfield beats Sheboygan 8-1. And 86 was the final pitch count for Homolka. We'll be back on the stream in about an hour or so for Manitowoc and Eau Claire. Our final game of the day coming up at 7 o'clock. For Mike Martin, I'm Jordan Lorenz saying see you in an hour.